So I'm teaching a yoga retreat this coming June at Kalani Honua in Hawaii. And this has me thinking about yoga as a fitness activity, which, let's face it, it pretty much is in most American yoga studios and gyms. And, fair enough. For me too, yoga is about fitness, also about peace, also about love. So the body is a site of learning. We learn with what we've got. I've been fat all my life, and now I also live in a middle-aged body. I've been practicing yoga for more than 20 years and teaching for about 15 years now. So the title of this yoga retreat is Yoga for Every Body. And I realize that has become code in fitness settings to mean a class that is really for people who are not fit or fat or who are old or disabled. And that's not what I meant when I titled this retreat, though certainly all of those groups are welcome. I meant yoga for every body. Body diversity is good for everybody in the room. So think about how rare that is, especially in a fitness setting. So could an Olympic athlete, for instance, gain something from taking a yoga class with me? Sure. I mean, it depends on the person, of course, but if your first impulse was to think, no, not really, then let's consider where that thinking could come from. I am a rare bird. There are not very many fat fitness teachers, even in a yoga class. Believe me, I have a catalog of responses to my body as the teacher. I've had students walk into a gym yoga class, see me and say, "Oh, is it going to be a gentle class today?" I've had students comment on how great it is that I am naturally strong and limber, even though it's clear that they would see a thinner person as having earned those traits through sweat and practice. I've also seen students hurt themselves by trying to push into a posture that I can do with ease. I mean, if you can do it, I should be able to. Yeah, I've actually heard people say that. And I know what that looks like even when the words aren't spoken. Folks, I see you struggling with your perceptions and your expectations. And as insulting as those comments can be sometimes, I still love you. After all, that's part of my practice too. I love how you show up and continue to struggle with finding peace in the body. As a person who has been looked at aplenty in fitness settings, whether I'm teaching a class or taking one, I've become shameless in my gaze. I don't turn away from your struggles. I see you. We're all in this together after all, this business of embodied living, and there's a reason why every yoga class ends in corpse pose. That is where we're headed after all. And somehow we realize that finding peace along the way is not going to come from tight buns or fit abs. Those are potential pleasures for some. And the truth is, we are all as fragile as dragonflies in a moment of sunlight. So, wrap your head around this. One reason that teachers like me are seen as only being good for students who are fat or not fit is because our culture places all bodies in a hierarchy of worth. And my body is not worth nearly as much as that Olympic athlete. In yoga, and in other forms of fitness, the teacher's body is often held up as a goal. And somehow it's an attainable goal because surely that teacher got to look that way by doing that thing that she's teaching. This is actually faulty thinking. We all have different bodies for different reasons, and we are each capable of finding peace and joy. We are each on our own road of self-love and health and well-being because these are actually the only things there are to attain. The teacher is there to help keep you on the road. You find teachers you connect with, and off you go. The driving is up to you.